What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay, we're coming back to Metallica. Yes, indeed. Metallica Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all those clicks and those likes and the bibbity-boobity bop, do me a favor. Before you do all those things, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This is a request from Kozer, Orc Oz, Luis Enrique Ignacio dos Santos, Nola, Lubomir Balaz, Ian Wakefield, Sean Haberlin, Marcos Olazar, Rocket Brun, and Kiske the Keeper. They all want to see me react to this song by Metallica called My Apocalypse. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, hang on, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Metallica Bro, okay? And the video has 422,630 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Metallica, My Apocalypse. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Oh, yeah.
Total eclipse, so far unto my apocalypse.
Right back into it again. The second the intro kicked in, I was like, I'm gonna love this. I'm gonna love this. Just feeling that riff, man, that eighth note riff. I was like, oh yes. Oh yes, this is screaming Kill 'Em All. Absolutely screaming Kill 'Em All. Or maybe Ride the Lightning, maybe a little bit of both. Very, very early Metallica. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I love that little hiccup, that 16th note little fill in there. It's just that little bit of additional speed in there. Really nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm absolutely feeling this. Love the fact they went to that halftime feel for just a little bit. give the necks a little bit of a chance to rest, while we're sitting there, head banging away on the quarter notes. It's kind of nice to get a half note feel in there, you know what I mean? It's nice. So thank you for that. No, really great start. Great start. Let's see where this goes.
Vision, prophecy reveal, death magnetic, pulling closer steel, fear thy name annihilation, desolated hail of fire. So we cross that line into the grips, total eclipse, so throw to my apocalypse. My apocalypse. Go. Crushing metal, ripping chains, tossing body mannequins, spilling blood, bleeding gas. Mangled flesh, snapping spine, dripping bloody valentine, shadow face, spitting glass. Split apart, split apart, split apart, spit it out.
Nice.
What makes me drift a little bit?
Great guitar solo. Pretty sure that was Kurt. I'm pretty sure that was Kurt on the guitar solo. It felt like his style with the bends, especially the harmonic bends, those chorded bends. I have a feeling that was him. I could be wrong. I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments if I am. No, the feel on this straight ahead, man. There's really no fluff in this song whatsoever. This song is exactly what old Metallica used to be. It's just straight ahead, play as fast as we can, as accurately as we can, but as fast as we can, with that intense edge to it, man. It just feels so good, man. It feels so good to hear this style coming from Metallica again. Good Lord. I know people in the past, in the comments, have made comments about the mix on this album. Guys, look, the compression, yeah, you're right. I can hear the compression. I can. It's blatantly there, okay? It is. But I'm going to be honest with you folks, it doesn't sound overly compressed. I mean, I hear it, it's there, but it doesn't sound so compressed that it sounds like it's being recorded inside of a gigantic coffee can. You know what I'm saying? It's not that bad. I know a lot of people have given this album a lot of gripe and a lot of heat and a lot of hatred because of the compression. Guys, I've heard worse. And I know people are going to disagree with me when I say this. I'm sorry. And Justice for All was way more compressed than this one was. You can hear some bleed on this. You can hear some reverb on this. You could hear no bleed, no reverb whatsoever on Injustice for All. I love Injustice for All from a songwriting standpoint. I still think that was their best album ever from a songwriting standpoint. But man, the compression on that album just absolutely killed it. Even the kick drum sounds like it's in a tin can. It's crazy on that album. This album, not nearly as bad. It's not nearly as bad. I mean, it's there. It's there. Don't get me wrong. I hear it. Oh, yeah. I absolutely hear the compression, but not nearly as bad as everybody says it is. Anyway, let's finish this out, and we'll get to the review.
Dead man takes the steering wheel. What makes me know what time to cross over or to repeat until I feel? See through the skin and the bones, they all rattle. Future and past, they disagree. Flesh claustrophobic.
Nice triplets.
Climb out of this skin. I'm explosive. Wait to pull that pin. Violate, annihilate. I'll lose it to my eyes. Obliterate, exterminate, and lock and self-denying. Fear thy name as hell awakens. Destiny inhale the fire. When we cross that line into the grips, total eclipse. So far onto my apocalypse. Tyrant awaken my apocalypse.
Nice.
Demon awaken my apocalypse. Heaven awaken my apocalypse. Suffer forever my apocalypse.
Oh, yeah. And come on, give us the ending. Nice. Good, solid, clean ending. Thank you. I was getting scared there, man. I was like, are they gonna leave us hanging on cymbals? Really? They're gonna leave us right there? And then they played the last note, and I was like, oh, thank God. Okay, good. Woo, good stuff. Okay, let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Metallica with My Apocalypse. This was a request from Kozer, Orc Oz, Luis Henrique Ignacio dos Santos, Nola, Lubomir Balaz, Ian Wakefield, Sean Haberlin, Marcos Olazar, Rocket Brun, and Kiske the Keeper. This was fun. I had a great time listening to this song. I really did. Let me get my score and then we'll get into the reasons why I enjoyed it so much. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.9. Yep, 8.9. I feel great about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
I know right now people are screaming bloody murder and going, why didn't you just give it a 9.0? Here's the thing. I really wanted to. I wanted to give it a 9. I really did. My gut impulse, my impulsive side, my emotional side, how should I put this? My feelings of nostalgia wanted to give this a 9. It really did. But I had to look at the song objectively, and I had to ask myself this one question. Was there anything in the song that blew my mind? Was there anything in the song that I would say was impressive? Was there anything in the song that made me go, oh my God, that was incredible? And the honest to God answer is no. There was nothing in this that blew my mind or was like mind-blowingly impressive or anything like that. So I'm just being honest here with you guys. Okay, that's why I did not get a 9. I had to be objective here. Having said that, though, I loved the song. I did. I absolutely loved the song. I was absolutely getting feelings of nostalgia going all the way back to Kill 'Em All, which was in my opinion, probably the most underrated album Metallica ever wrote. Yes, it's sloppy. Yes, it's dirty. Yes, it's poorly mixed. Yes, there's so many things going against it, but if you're looking at albums from a perspective of raw power, just absolutely raw, unfiltered power, that is the album to go to. It's dirty, it's sloppy, but man, there is no denying the energy and drive on every single song on that album. And if you happen to get a copy with Am I Evil and Blitzkrieg on it, you'll hear even more. I don't get me wrong, their Am I Evil cover is fantastic, and I know it's revered as a great cover, but I'll be honest with you, I like Blitzkrieg even more. I thought Blitzkrieg was a fantastic cover. Now, this song reeked of old Metallica. Absolutely did. The riffs, the construction, of the song. You know, we're talking about the song construction from an aspect of verse, pre-chorus, chorus. How the song itself was constructed, classic Metallica, guitar solo right in the middle, followed by a small breakdown, back into the pre-chorus, back into the chorus again. Man, it's a classic Metallica setup. It really is. I mean, and I got absolutely no issue with it. I'm absolutely here for it. It kind of helped me enjoy the song a little bit more because there were parts that were kind of predictable, like, okay, here we go. Now we're going to this part. Now we're going to this part, just like we used to back in the day. You're listening to Ride the Lightning. Here we go. You know, it's just like, here we go again. There was a certain amount of familiarity that came with that. And like I've always said, familiarity gives comfort. And it's one of the reasons why people watch television shows. They'll watch the same episodes over and over and over again. They watch reruns. They'll watch the same movie 20 times in a row. Why? Yeah, it's a good movie. Yeah, granted, there is that. But there's also a certain level of comfort that is associated with that. A certain level of comfort of knowing what's going to happen. You know that this episode of whatever TV show it is you're watching, you know how it's going to end. You know things are going to get wrapped up at the end. Great. There's that certain level of comfort that comes from that, right? Same thing here. It was like meeting an old friend again. It really was. The riff work on this was fantastic. It was tight. It was fast, accurate, clean. Now, granted, compression. Yeah, listen, compression helps. Yes, compression does help. But it doesn't matter how much compression you use. If you can't pick properly, if you're picking sloppy, if you're playing sloppy, all the compression in the world's not going to be able to help that. All the compression in the world's not going to be able to cover that up. I'm sorry. It's just not. It comes down to musicianship. And these guys know how to play fast and clean, as was very clearly demonstrated in this. Believe it or not, I could hear the bass. Now, the bass, I could hear the attacks. I didn't hear any resonance coming afterwards, and that's due to compression. Like I said, could I hear the compression? Yes, I could hear the compression. Did the compression have an effect on the tone of the instruments? Yeah, I believe they did, because I didn't really hear Rob's bass resonate. I heard the attack, but I didn't hear anything after the attack. I heard no sustain because it got clipped by the compression. I absolutely get that. Is this the worst compression job I've ever heard? No, I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this, but I also know a lot of people are going to agree with me on this. I'm sorry, and Justice for All was far more compressed than this album was. Every song I've heard from this album, I've heard the compression, yes, but it's not nearly as compressed as anything off And Justice for All. I'm sorry. I know there's going to be people who disagree with me. They are more than welcome to disagree with me. It's their opinion. They're certainly entitled to it. But my opinion, I'm sorry. I'm coming from a background of working in the recording industry. I've been in recording studios. I've listened to compression being applied and the effect that it has. And this is, I'm sorry. I mean, is it compressed? Yes. Is it overly compressed? A little bit, yeah. It is being a little bit overly compressed. Is it as bad as Injustice for All? No.
I respectfully disagree.
Not nearly as bad. This song was fast, it was upbeat, it was fun to listen to. I loved the breakups, the usage of the triplet feel throughout the song. Not even in just one spot. They kept coming back to it in various spots. Really strategically done. The use of halftime feel versus straight time, really nicely done as well. Not overly used. Once again, that word, strategically used. In places where it made sense and it was appropriate without overdoing it. Great job on all parts. Vocally, probably the weakest part of the song, if I'm being honest here. But even then, still really well done. I heard James do better on the more recent songs, like especially on Hardwired. I thought his vocals on Hardwired were much. Everything I've heard off Hardwired, I mean, blows his vocals on this song out of the water. But his vocals on this were still well done. They were still well delivered, very strong. His diction was fine. Everything was fine. I've just heard better work from him. That's all on Hardwired. But this was a fine job on his part. The weakest part of the song, I still stand by that. But look at Look at what he's going up against. Those crazy riffs, those crazy subdivisions, the song construction, the intensity, the drive. I mean, something's got to be the weakest part. In this case, it just happens to be his vocals. Not that he did a bad job, not by any stretch. He did a fine job. 8.9, I really do feel good about that score. I do feel that score is appropriate. There's the emotional side of me, the impulsive side of me that really wants to bump this up to like a 9.1 or a 9.2. I really do. But from a constructive standpoint, from an objective standpoint, from a standpoint of, you know, putting emotion aside and really looking at that song for what it really is, I gotta go with the 8.9. I feel good with that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So, 8.9, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.